My younger sister told me she was going to go on a trip with some people who were a little sketchy, and agreed on not bringing her phone to get the fullest experience, but I banned her from going because a little sketchy is a huge red flag to me. My younger sister, 19F, has come to live with me, 25M, during her summer vacation from college. As our parents live overseas, I've sort of been tasked with looking out for her. I try not to be overly protective and aim to be a cool older brother rather than a helicopter parent. After all, she is an adult. My sister told our parents that she planned on hanging out with her friends for a few days and that they would not leave our city. Our parents thought it would be perfectly fine and agreed to it. The problem started when my sister told me that she actually planned to go camping with some of her friends, F19, F20, and F20. I was cool with it and asked her to keep her cell phone on her so that she could call me if she needed to. She said that she and her friends planned on leaving behind all technology as they wanted the fullest experience. I thought this was a bad idea and strongly recommended that at least one of them keep a phone, to which my sister responded, they'd think about it. The day before the planned trip, my sister said that they'd be joined by several more people, some of whom she described as a little sketchy. I told her that was a really bad idea and that she and her friends should consider uninviting anyone they thought was sketchy. I also insisted that she take her phone. My sister flat out refused all this and said I was being too controlling. I got annoyed and said that if she wasn't willing to compromise, then she wasn't going on that trip. She started yelling at me and called our parents, telling them that I was preventing her from seeing her friends. I told them how she planned on going camping with sketchy people, and my parents also refused to let her go. After the call ended, my sister started yelling at me again and said I was annihilating her social life. Am I the jerk here? Commenter 1. You're the jerk. You can advise her, but you have absolutely no right to tell your legally adult sister what she can and cannot do. If you don't want her to stay with you because you don't like the choices she makes, do that, but you absolutely are being controlling. It doesn't even matter if you're right, you don't get to make choices for her. Commenter 2. Not the jerk for being concerned about your sister. I always have my cell phone with me when I leave the house in case of an emergency. I think it's pretty funny, though, you think you can forbid or prevent your adult sister from doing what she wants. It's even funnier your parents think they can when they live overseas. What's the plan? To lock her in a room with armed guards who will tackle her if she tries to leave? Update. My sis and her friends were supposed to head out last night, however sis never went. This morning, my sis told me that 2 of her friends who planned on going canceled as well. This was because some guy in his 40s who they never met before somehow inserted himself into the group of people going. Apparently, he was invited by someone. This man wanted to the leader of the group and planned on going somewhere more remote than was initially agreed upon. He then told my sis's friends that he would hold on to everyone's cell phone so that they could all get the most out of the trip and technology wouldn't interfere. My sis agrees that was a little creepy, but still says I'm a jerk for snitching to mom and dad, even though she was the one who called in the first place. Edit. For those wondering, we are from a socio-cultural group where kids, regardless of age, are expected to listen to their parents. To their credit, our parents have never really enforced this and have allowed us to live without too many restrictions, so long as we don't harm other people or ourselves, they won't interfere too much. My sister is still dependent financially on our parents, and myself to an extent, however, I never once used this to leverage my argument. Regardless of whatever bad decision she may make or fight she may have with our parents, my door is always open to her. As of now, I'm sort of hiding in my room as my sister is still furious with me. I'll try talking to her once she cools down. Update 2. I spoke with my sis and she apologized. She fully agreed that the whole thing became too sketchy. She told me that had she went, she too would have canceled like her 2 friends when she heard what Creepo had to say. I asked my sis about the friend that agreed to go, and she too canceled after Creepo insisted that she and her BF give him their phones. Creepo then kicked them out of his car and they ended up Ubering back to town. She told me that she's afraid as Creepo has been calling some of her friends and she's scared he'll call her. I told her to give me her phone if he calls and that I'll speak with him. I do work in a police department, not a cop though, so I'm sure he'll piss the hell off once I speak with him.